The film is called Jesus Henry Christ, and it's about a very precocious, actually genius child who goes in search of his biological father. And that pretty much turns everybody's world upside down. I wrote the script as my last script in film school, and during the same time that I wrote it, I fell in love, you know, with the woman who eventually said yes and became my wife, you know. And what that basically did was I don't know, it kind of just opened a new level of emotion for me that was different than everything that I had written before. Everything that I wrote before, and I think this is part of like going to film school, is you write that angst film, you know, or you write a series of those films. And I wanted this just to be different. And it was really liberating writing Henry because it was one of those scripts that I wrote in a couple of weeks. It just kind of poured out. And so I thank my wife for that. Henry's the catalyst for growth in all the other characters around him. And in a lot of ways, he's not the traditional protagonist that you find in a lot of movies, you know. He acts, but rather than the supporting, in most movies, I think what you'll find is that the supporting characters all reflect back upon the protagonist, you know, in some way or another. Henry's actually the mirror in this case, and all the other characters are reflected off of Henry. And through that reflection, they see parts of themselves that maybe they didn't want to see, or they just turned away from, but they're now forced to see, and that causes them to change their behavior. It causes them to change who they are. So in that sense, Henry becomes like, you know, whatever. He becomes the sun and the water, you know, that grows the plant, that sort of thing.